No? Oh! Fuck! I'm gonna cry. Hello everybody, welcome back to Misericorde. Today we're gonna go look for the secret scene. And I heard it's in the gallery. Wait, I'm kinda scared. I'm actually really scared. I'm actually terrified. Ah, wait, which one was it? Which one is the one we didn't see? I'm just really scared to look for it. In these things? Ah, we didn't see this one, I think. I like Misericorde. I'm just really easily scared. And this one does a really damn good job of scaring me. More than Umineko has. I think the secret scene is this one. No? Oh! Fuck! Fuck! I'm gonna cry. Okay, we can do this. I'm actually not sure if I can do it. I can do it. Who's this person? Okay, you can do it. Lorelei, you can do it. Ooh, steady on. That never happened, did it? I'd say it was my mistake, but it wasn't, really. I might have let it. Who is this person? Catherine? I might have let it slip. On purpose. I'm really scared I'll get jump scared here. I'm so bad at jump scares. She hates it when I fiddle with her hobbies. Who? Can you believe that? Hedwig's hobby? It's a bit rude not to share. Especially with dear, close friends. I don't like the music. Oh, I don't think I can do it. Even ruder to hide from friends if you ask me. But we're due for a reunion, I think. All thanks to you. Don't look so nervous. You've helped me and I'm a very generous woman. I can tell you like to read. We've been reading a lot. At least, I hope you do if you made it this far. How about a little more? Oh god, I'm so scared. I'm so scared. Let's do it. I think you'll find this interesting. I found it lying around somewhere or other. Please don't be ahead. I don't know if it's entirely accurate, but... What is? Oh, no. Oh, what? Oh? Ticket agent? Ma'am? Even the font has changed. And we're in color now. I think that's what it's supposed to signify. I'm freaking out. I'm freaking out inside. But this is a lot better than I thought. But a plane ticket, huh? Ma'am, I would really appreciate it if we could avoid causing a scene. I bought this ticket. This is bullshit. Ma'am, please. I ain't stopping you from getting on a plane, but I'm just warning you that you may need to remove your piercings to get through security. Piercings, huh? Why? Are they gonna reflect off the rear view mirror? Are they gonna mess with the radar? Do they look explosive or something? Sweetie, can you not say the X word so loud? You're making the other people in line nervous. X word? Explode? Sorry, which word? Explosive? A few of the other clerks next to the women I was speaking to glanced over, eyebrows raised. I was getting a kick out of making these people squirm, I gotta admit. But it was beyond bullshit that I was being told to remove my piercings just to go through airport security. Yes, stop saying it so loud, or at all. Not to mention your jacket. After typing hastily into her terminal for a few more seconds, the woman finally handed back my passport. My ticket sputtered out of a loud machine and I snatched it before she had a chance to take it. Have a pleasant flight. I do apologize if I caused any offense by commenting on your jewelry and stuff. Something tells me you don't warn everyone about the metal detector. Just trying to be helpful, ma'am. I rolled my eyes and stepped away. It was a good thing I got into the airport early. I was hungry as fuck. Oh, this person is vulgar. I heaved my backpack onto my shoulders and set off towards my terminal. I figured I'd at least have time to get a snack before I got on a plane. There were a decent amount of folks in line to get through the detector. It feels like the facts on the screen makes it seem like we're viewing this through a camera. The line moved quick, so when I got to the security guy, he sort of gave me this "oh great" look. "All metal objects in a bin with your bag, please." I rolled my eyes and started dechroming myself. At first I thought that said decloning. Studded bracelets off, nose ring off, earrings out, vest off, more studs. Now why the hell would you wear all that to the airport? Man, shut up. The guard raised his eyebrows and opened his mouth to say something, but quickly stopped when he saw me lean over to rest one arm against the X-ray machine next to the metal detector and reach down to my leg. Ah. I probably should have opted for one of the wheelchairs outside the terminal to get around the airport, but fuck it. What does that mean? That she has a... or they? Because, wait, you didn't say ma'am, so it is a she. Has a prosthetic leg, maybe? I had a lot of energy ahead of this trip, and I wanted to travel light. I ducked my leg into the bin with the rest of my shit and hopped towards the guard. Ah, it is. I'm gonna do a little spin thing through it. The guy stepped back a bit to let me put one arm through the metal detector. I jumped through it to rest both arms against a conveyor belt that fed out of the X-ray machine. I'm not getting the picture here. I don't get it. Jump through the metal detector? I don't get it. I actually don't get it. I'm not seeing a picture here. I think I'm getting confused. Slick. A few people waiting in line behind me clapped. I rolled my eyes. My bag and bits came through across the belt. I took a second to put myself together and to thank God that none of my other piercings had set the machine off. When I was putting my jacket back on, the guard commented on my back patch. I don't know if I'd wear that to the airport. Gonna do something about it? He laughed. Easy, easy. You're at like here. He held his hand up in the air, and I'm like way down here. Where are you flying? I don't really get this interaction. The UK? Back to the UK? Oh yeah, you're gonna need to come way down from up there. That's a long flight. What's it to you? He was waving more people through as I put my studs and rings back on. Nothing at all, I just don't like seeing people fly mad. Not sure that's your jurisdiction, cop. I'm a cop. Do you think you're not a cop? I've got a real boring beat for a cop. You got a badge and everything. It's a private security gig, ma'am. So you're like a mall cop. Man, I wish. They get to walk more, I think. Yeah, well, still a cop. How many of those doodads and piercings do you have anyway? More than you'll ever see. You know, I don't know if this is just like a thing that people do in Western countries, but I think in the East, in Asia, you would probably rarely ever see someone strike up a conversation with you unless they're super extroverted. I have a feeling that 90% of the population is introverted, so yeah. I think it's so amazing how different cultures are very different. Anyway, I'm kind of getting off track here because this is not Misericorde related, but I just thought it's really a really interesting observation how open people in other cultures are compared to my own. Ma'am, I promise you, I am not bringing hostility to this conversation that you are perceiving. Sorry. It's just, you know... Do I? It was hard not to grin at this guy. Profession aside, cop. Folks were passing by and taking their bags as the guards waved them through. What's your name? Alex. I think it's a fake name. Is that real, or is that just what you tell the cops? Nah, that's real. I don't tell cops anything. See, that's good. We are opening a dialogue. Not real cops. Ouch. No, see... That's good. Damn, I feel like Jimmy Carter. We're building a real framework for a peace here. Man, fuck off with that. Shoot. I got you back up again after all that. Look, I don't know what any of that political shit means. I just hear the news in the break room sometimes. It is what it is, I guess. I finally finished getting my shit together and turned away from the conversation to head towards the terminal. Okay, before I forget, Alex has a patch, a back patch, I guess, on her vest. I wonder what it's about. Have a good flight now, ma'am. Uh-huh. Look, I don't have time right now. But if I ever see you again, I'm gonna recommend you some books to explain some stuff, alright? That sounds like Catherine. That sounds exactly like Catherine. I'm starting to get a picture now. I think I know what it is. I winced as soon as the words spilled out. It sounded cooler in my head. How? I don't know, but I swear it did. Okay then, looking forward to it. Weirdo. Even with all those distractions, I'd ended up with some time before my flight. I figured I'd grab a burger or something, go over my itinerary, etc, etc. The fast food place was pretty busy, but the line moved quick enough and I soon had a nice bag of garbage to fuel me through an international flight. There weren't any free tables, but there was an empty bar stool near the front of the place at a long table where all the single travelers were eating. Or at least, it would have been empty if there wasn't a handbag on it. You good if I sit here? Weird lady. Of course. My stool was in a corner next to the wall. My neighbor was a preppy-looking woman wearing a purple knitted turtleneck. She had a pair of those big hoop earrings, bright red lipstick stick on nails, bangs that covered her eyes. Not really my scene, but fuck it, I wasn't gonna eat standing up. She lifted the bag up onto the table and drummed her fingers against the seat. The red pleather was faded and cracked, but when I got up close, I could see that the bar stools and table were covered in rude graffiti. Thanks. My pleasure, darling. Where you headed? Burger Town. She chuckled as I unwrapped my food. Didn't know they had an airport there. England. Oh, now that's funny, me as well. This is what I mean. I really sincerely doubt that you will ever be able to carry out a conversation with a stranger anywhere here in my country. No way. Absolutely no way. I think people would avoid sitting next to a stranger, even if it was crowded. Even if that person was occupying 4 seats as a lone person. No way. Well, okay, maybe a bit, tiny bit. Depends on how crowded it is, I guess. But chances are, if they could avoid it, they would avoid it. Gate 17? The 3 o'clock? That's the one. Small world. You going home, or did the accent give it away? She definitely played it up a little for that response. Kinda reminds me of Moira. Good to know it's back to normal then. I could have passed for a real valley girl before I got to the terminal. I always pick up a little bit of local flavor from wherever I'm visiting. So you got your English voice back when you started thinking about home? That's cool. Something like that. It's all a bit mental. I can say that here, of course. That's ruder in the UK. Yeah? You shouldn't say mental. And trucks are lorries. Okay. By the way, I'm Lori. I am a lorry. Oh, and do you smoke? What gave it away? We'll try not to get cross if anyone offers you. Chill. I think she's trying to bring up British English words, right? But yeah, I think we use that a lot here, so it's basically normal. Chill. I knew that one. Well, that's good then. She looked real pleased with herself. I never had much patience for people who like testing boundaries for fun, but I had nowhere else to go. Besides, who knows who else I would meet if I left. I was running to some real hit cases today. Visiting family then? Yeah. Whereabouts, if you don't mind my asking? Up north a ways? I've got a long-ass bus ride once I get to Heathrow. Isn't it funny how a big place like that can feel? Sure, it could probably fit in Cali, right? Oh, easily. Do you mind if I steal a chip? Huh? Oh, my mistake. A fry? Oh, sure. Thank you kindly. The press on nails didn't help, but I felt a little freaked out watching her pluck exactly one fry out of the box with her long fingers. It kinda looked like one of those nature shows where an eagle pulls the guts out of a fish or something. She ate it very carefully. I guess she had to. Her lipstick was pretty intense and there wasn't a crumb or spot of grease or anything on her expensive-looking outfit. I do quite like those. Terrible for me, of course, but what isn't, eh? It's what I can afford. Flights ain't cheap, turns out. Too right. She sucked her finger and thumb clean and dried them on one of my napkins. Man, this lady is pushing her boundaries. Well, safe travels. Yeah, sure. Thanks. She smiled at me and slid off her bar stool with a clack. I realized she was wearing expensive heels. Too expensive for anyone I've ever seen eating fast food at LAX. I could hear her every footsteps across the tile floor as she left. I finished my burger and stuffed all the crap in the paper bag to throw away. As I got off the seat, I realized that woman's handbag was still on the counter. Ah, fuck. You know, it could be a bomb. I really didn't feel like running errands, but if we were gonna be on the same flight... I took the bag and got going towards the gate. I must have spent way too long eating that shitty burger because when I finally got to the gate, they were already boarding. Technically, I think I was supposed to get on a plane first? Oh well. Guess I can't do that if I ain't there. Just so you know, ma'am, you can only put one bag under the seat. Yeah, got it. I almost said that the handbag wasn't mine, but I realized that was probably not the best thing to tell someone right before getting on a plane. Have you ever been on a plane? It was my first time. If it was the first time, and the waiter talking to us kinda sounds like Hatwig though. Okay, let's say this is Hatwig. If it's the first time, then whose plane ticket was it that was found? There! At the Abbey! It feels weird on planes. As soon as you step in, it feels like the air is constantly being sucked away from you. Which I guess it kinda is. That's how the air conditioning or whatever works. It's like you're yawning even when you're not yawning. Or like you've got earplugs in even though you don't. It feels like dog shit, that's for sure. I was looking around for the woman I'd met at the fast food place, but I couldn't see her anywhere. Everyone was standing in the aisle, putting their bags away, taking their jackets and sweaters off, etc, etc. It was gonna be impossible to find her. Madam, I'm sorry, but you're gonna need to make some room. Do you need help finding your seat? Huh? Oh no, sorry about that. Well, shit. I wasn't far from my seat, but I was real nervous about keeping this lady's bag with me. What if I got all the way to a foreign country with someone else's shit? What if she'd been wrong about what flight she was on? Would that be like an international crime? The last thing I needed was Interpol coming after my ass over some rich lady's handbag. I sat down in my window seat and tried to stay calm. I figured I could at least wait until we were in the air and I could walk around to make sure he wasn't a flight before panicking too hard. You know what? I'm gonna say this right now. What if Hedwig being in the cell though, and she has been in the cell for like a long time, kinda reminds me of I guess the Truman Show? Maybe everything is really just all a set. Everyone are just actors. And Hedwig is the only one who's not acting. But she came out and was just thrust into this world. But this world is actually a whole movie set. And the town of Limbero, maybe they are actors too, but they could also possibly be actually a real town. But they've been told that, you know, the abbey out there is some kind of social experiment and to not interact with those people. But maybe James's foster parents, or I guess technically his aunt and uncle, are in as well, so they're actors, and that's why we can interact with them. I mean, the plane ticket thing, it's just so hard to believe that it is any other time than the modern period. I figured I could at least wait until we were in the air and I could walk around to make sure she wasn't on a flight before panicking too hard. Now here's a coincidence. Oh, thank God. Hey, you left your bag on the table earlier. Put her hands over her chest and opened her mouth like a fish. Oh my God, thank you. I would have been proper devout if I left it behind. Devout? She sat down next to me and I handed her the bag. She started reaching around inside it, I guess to check if anything had gotten lost. Phew, all here. Then she pulled out a fat wad of bills and a money clip. Let's see. Oh no, you don't gotta. She licked her thumb, peeled off a small stack of bills, and handed them to me. Don't be silly. This is 250 bucks. Pounds, love, but yeah. A little pocket money for your trip, yeah? Well, thanks. Not at all. Thanks for bringing me back. I knew you were alright when I first saw you. Wait. But the way she says, you know, me, kinda reminds me of Charity too. Weird. What a coincidence we're in the same row, eh? Guess so. I wanted something in the smoking section. Wait, now I'm wondering, what time period is this? Where there is a smoking section? Ooh, me as well. I take it you don't mind then? Nah, go for it. She reached back into her bag and pulled out the most ridiculous pack of cigs I'd ever seen. The whole box was gold. The lighter was almost a perfect match. The hell are those? Do you not get these here? Maybe, but I've never seen them. She held the box out to me and shook it so exactly one cig stuck out. Don't know how long she practiced that one, but it was impressive. Have you ever seen any of the adverts for these? No? They're very chic. Go on then, try it. I'd be curious to know what you think. What's your huge? Usually I smoke whatever low tars I can get my hands on. Sorry guys, I don't smoke. I don't understand what this means. Gotcha, not a big brand follower. Nah, me either, typically. Some people like to pit them against each other, but I'll try anything as long as I like the look. Must be nice. She held her ridiculous lighter out to me. The cig she'd given me, I don't know if I called it good, but it sure tasted more expensive than my usual. Like watches. Do you know anything about watches? I know they're for telling the time. I held up my wrist to show her my cheap digital watch. She exhaled smoke but didn't respond. Sort of, I mean, they are, but they aren't. You know what I mean? They're jewelry. Really. You should get a nicer one. They're way too expensive. My dad has one from some spy movie he liked as a kid. I asked how much it cost one time and I was so mad when he told me. Ooh, does he now? That'll be nice. There'll be a proper automatic. Digitals are so much cheaper. Mysterious person. I'm a bit biased, I suppose. I'm getting chills. I'm getting chills. Why was that a question mark? Who was talking to her? But she responded. And we're gonna continue? Okay, let's just continue first. She held out her arm and pulled her sweater's sleeve down to reveal her own watch. It was bright gold, although the dial was a shocking pink that I wouldn't have associated with the luxury brand name inlaid in gold. Holy shit. How much was that? I don't know actually. Got this one instead of cash for some work I did a while back. And that reminds me of Eustace. Okay, I've gotta ask. What do you do? Suppose I'll call myself a flaneur, if anything. Sorry, I do not know how to pronounce these words. A passante, if you're being grammatically correct. So you're professionally French? She laughed. She leaned back in her seat and flicked up the little ashtray in the armrest so she could ash her cigarettes. Technically, I'm in publishing. A bit of a location scout, I think, is the best way to describe it. Interesting. It feels like they're traveling to England to scout for the setting of Misericorde. I take special assignments. I travel a lot. I enjoy people watching. I had no idea publishers could afford that kind of lifestyle. There's loads of people out there buying books not to not read love. I laughed. Fair enough. So what you've actually read? I'd be curious to know if you'd seen any of mine. Wait, we're not gonna talk about that question mark mysterious person that butted into their conversation and we're just gonna treat it as if it's normal? Insane. Like I've skimmed Capital. And Capital, I think is Karl Marx's book. His most famous... I don't know, is it his most famous, but... Communism, eh? Haven't we all? I have not skimmed through Capital, just so we're clear. I like Chomsky. Chomsky is another one that sounds familiar. Are they all... What's the word? Is socialist a word? Chomsky is familiar too. Any fiction? I don't have time for fiction. Ooh, that stings. Because you're reading a work of fiction right now. If I'm reading something, I want it to matter. I can do other stuff for fun, I guess. She nodded, thoughtfully. The captain came over to the loudspeaker and announced something. It was impossible to tell what exactly thanks to the shitty mic. Plus, books are expensive. I've gotta pick stuff that counts. I feel like I know how every story is gonna go the second I read the first sentence. Not me! She pointed at me with her cigarette approvingly. We're not so different then. I just come down on the other end, I suppose. But I get it. Who needs a book to tell you what you already know? That's why I prefer fiction myself. Maybe you just need to read different kinds of fiction. I never know what I'm gonna get. So, what kind of books do you publish anyway? I'm not the publisher, I'm just in publishing. So you're the heirs to a publishing company or something? She gave me a wicked grin. Like I said, I call myself a flaneur. A passante if we're being grammatically correct. It was around this point that the plane's engine started up. We put our cigarettes out and adjusted our seats to get ready for a takeoff. You ever been on a plane before? First time. Oh, no, why is it red? Don't let the bumpiness get to you. I'm scared. I'll have you know, I'm covering the screen right now. I'm scared. Oh. I'm scared. We got an achievement for that. It says 500 years hence. 500 years from 1487 Is it 82 or 83? Either way, that would be 1980 something too. Yeah, that would make sense with the airplane having a smoking section. That was terrifying. That was terrifying. Who was that? Nun? Oh god, I'm actually kind of scared. We're gonna go back to the character menu though. Oh sorry, not character menu. I don't think anything else changed. But anyway, it says current spy. That's just kind of interesting. For Hedwig, chapter select. We get to play through the mysterious secret chapter again? No, we don't. And we do have the gallery. And this one I can't tell though. It's Hedwig with a cat, and I think it was either Flora or Angela that was doing this, pointing. I'm not too sure myself. Everything is quite creepy. Everything is really creepy. Okay. I'm actually scared. I'm scared. Anyway, that was wild. Secret chapter there, giving us more insight into what could possibly be happening in Misericorde. There's a murder mystery, but there is also a plane ticket found there. It really just gives me, reminds me of the Truman Show. That everything, maybe it wasn't just, you know, the sisters in the Abbey, but there are actors and stuff walking around on set, putting things back. Huh. I feel like I'm leaning more towards that now, knowing that there is a plane ticket that was just lying around in the Abbey, on the grounds of the Abbey. I feel like everything is just a setup now. But anyway, it's still gonna be interesting to follow Hedwig's story, and I am possibly gonna be wrong too. But yeah, that's it for me today. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know your thoughts on the secret scene in the comments down below. And I'll see you at the wrap-up of Volume 1. Bye!